Stories that grown-ups believe. Did you ever go to a park and meet some kids you'd never seen before, and within minutes you were all playing football together? How did you do that when you didn't know the other kids? After all, football's quite a complicated game with lots of rules. Each child might insist on different rules. One kid might argue that the aim of football is to stand with both feet on the ball without falling. Whoever can stay standing the longest is the football champion. Another kid might hide the ball and say that the winner is whoever finds it first. Two other children might just pick up the ball and start throwing it back and forth, saying that this is how they play football and there isn't a winner at all. Why should every game be about winning anyway? If everyone followed different rules, how could you ever play football together? Luckily, most of the time you don't have problems like this because most kids believe the same story about football. Everyone accepts that the aim of football is to kick the ball into the goal. Everyone accepts that you can only touch the ball with your feet, never your hands, unless you're the goalkeeper. Everyone accepts that you can never kick another player. Everyone accepts that the pitch has boundaries, and the moment the ball crosses a boundary, it's out and passes to the other team. But why do all kids accept these rules? Well, it's because their parents and teachers told them the story of football. Perhaps they saw their older brothers and sisters play football, and they probably even watched famous people like Lionel Messi and Megan Rapinoe play football on television. In exactly the same way, grown-ups can play very complicated games because they all believe the same stories and follow the same rules. One of the most interesting games grown-ups play is called Corporation. It's way more complicated than football. Have you heard of this game? Do you know any famous corporations? You've heard of McDonald's? Right. Well, that's a corporation. So are the Coca-Cola and Google and Facebook, Disney, Toyota, Mercedes-Benz, and Ford. If your family has a car, the car was made by a corporation. If you eat cereal for breakfast or chocolate for dessert, look at the packaging. You will probably see the name and the logo of the corporation that made what you are eating. Perhaps someone in your family works for a corporation. Do you know which one? But what exactly is a corporation? Is it something you can see, hear, touch, or smell? You would think so because we hear about corporations and the things they do all the time. They hire people, they fire people, they pollute the environment, or they invent something that might save the world. They must be real, just as a chimpanzee or a banana is real, right? But let's take a closer look at McDonald's, for example. What exactly is McDonald's? Well, it isn't the burgers and the fries that so many kids love to eat. McDonald's makes burgers, but McDonald's isn't the burgers themselves. If Godzilla showed up and ate all the burgers, what would happen to the McDonald's Corporation? Not much. It would still be there and it would just make more burgers. So maybe McDonald's is the restaurants where you eat the burgers and fries. No, that's not right. McDonald's Corporation has thousands of restaurants, but that doesn't mean it is the restaurants. A big earthquake might destroy all the McDonald's restaurants, but that wouldn't destroy the McDonald's Corporation. McDonald's would just build new restaurants and go making burgers and fries. So maybe McDonald's is the people who work in the restaurants, the managers, cooks, servers, and cleaners. No, that's not right either. Let's say that all the workers left their jobs because they went to work in Burger King instead. McDonald's wouldn't disappear. We would just hire other people to do these jobs. All the workers would be different, but McDonald's would remain the same. Well, then, McDonald's must be the people who hire all the workers and decide how much money to give them and where to open new restaurants. These people are the owners of McDonald's. When McDonald's sells lots of burgers and makes lots of money, these owners become rich. But the owners of McDonald's change all the time. In the beginning, McDonald's was owned by just one family. Can you guess what their name was? Right, it was the McDonald's family. Richard and Maurice McDonald opened the first McDonald's restaurant in 1940 and named it after themselves. But Richard and Maurice McDonald died many years ago, and the McDonald's Corporation is still here. Did their children inherit McDonald's? No, because Richard and Maurice McDonald sold it to other people long before they died. And these other people sold it to other people. Who sold it to other people? Today, thousands of people own the McDonald's Corporation between them. Each person owns just a small part of it. These small parts are called shares. And if you want it, you too could buy a share of McDonald's. One share would cost you about $250 today. Then you'd be one of the owners of McDonald's. And if you bought lots and lots of shares, you could be one of the biggest owners of McDonald's. And then you could decide to open a McDonald's on your street or make a totally new kind of burger out of salary or give workers twice as much money every month. But would it mean that you were McDonald's? Not at all. People buy and sell shares of McDonald's all the time. The owners change again and again, and then McDonald's stays the same. The McDonald's Corporation is not the people who own it. So we still don't know what McDonald's is, do we? Where could you go if you wanted to see, hear, touch, or smell it? The truth is, you just can't. You can look at the restaurants, talk to the cooks, touch the tables, and smell the burgers. But that's not McDonald's. McDonald's isn't just real in the way that a chimpanzee or a banana is real. McDonald's is a story that millions of grown-ups tell each other and believe very strongly, but it exists only in your imagination. We created it with our special sapiens superpower.